The goal of this video is to use the two-link manipulator that we modeled in the previous video to do inverse kinematics. What I mean by inverse kinematics is that we want the end effector, the black dot here, to trace a curve. In this case, we'll look at a circle. This is some theory which is associated with inverse kinematics. The problem definition is that we are given the desired end effector position, which is the position of Q, as x ref y ref, which would be points on the circle. Here we are asked to compute the angles θ1 and θ2 such that Q would follow that curve. So we can say that we know the position of Q, x ref, and we want to basically invert this f so that we can find or compute Q. The issue is that f is a non-linear function of the angles θ1 and θ2 or Q, and so it's not possible to find an analytical solution. This means that we need to use some numerical method of computing the Q. To do inverse kinematics, we use the Jacobian. Consider a function f, which consists of several functions, f1, f2, f3, and so on, which are functions of Q, where Q is the independent variable consisting of x1, x2, and so on till xn. F is of size m, Q is of size n. So the Jacobian is defined as df dq, which is this matrix. It is of size m cross n. So this is how Jacobian is used to do inverse kinematics. The position of point Q, which is the end effector, is rq equals some function of Q, which is the θ1 and θ2. This can be found to be this expression for rq. Q here itself is θ1 and θ2. So to find the Jacobian, we do df dq or dr dq, and we get this expression. Now, how do we use the Jacobian in order to compute the inverse kinematic solution? We know that rq is f of q, something we wrote down in the earlier slide. The rate of change of r is dvq, vq is df dq q dot. This is simple chain rule, but df dq is j. So we can write vq as dr dt, q dot as dq dt, and cancel off this dt from both sides. What we get is the change in rq, or change in position of q, is j times change in position of q, which is θ1 and θ2. So we can invert j to get a formula for dq as j inverse delta rq. Okay, this is saying that in order to change the position of q by amount delta r, the corresponding change in q would be j inverse times delta rq. We can use this equation for inverse kinematics as follows. J is known, so j inverse is known. X ref is the curve which we are given, or so it's pre-specified. X is the position of Q, which can be measured using the sensors on the joints. So everything on the right-hand side is known. And so we can compute the change in Q. And once we know the change in Q, we can update θ1 and θ2 with that change. We'll demonstrate this on the two-link manipulator discussed earlier. So in the last video, I created this two-link manipulator and just made it draw a curve by specifying the angles. Put this manipulator in the position I showed a little bit ago in that slideshow. So for that, I click on joint 1. This should be 120, and then joint 2 should be minus 60. So this is done in such a way that the manipulator end effector, which is this point, the black point, is on the x-axis. For this circle, I'm going to specify or create the circle, the curve, and to define the circle completely, I need three things. I need the x center, the y center, this is the center location, and the radius of the circle. Okay, so let's create a curve in the Python code first, and we can go from there. This code was written as a result of the previous video on modeling. Here I'm going to create a curve, and this will be a function of time. So here t is the independent variable. I want t to be something like this: 2 times math.py divided by some n time. So what this means is it's pretty much going to go from 0 all the way to tn, and then it'll cycle back to 0. So let me call this actually tn, and let me give it about 10 seconds. Now let's move on and specify the curve. This is my reference motion. It will be x center plus r, which is the radius, times math.cosine times, sorry, f times t. This should be, by the way, the frequency. So f times t, and then y ref equals y centered plus r times math.sine f times t. I want this to return x ref, y ref. Now that I have x ref, y ref, I also need to define r. So let's define it. And just going to choose some random value, say 0.5. Okay. Now, since we have set the curve, we will now set the center of the circle such that this is the starting point of the trajectory. So to do that, let's look at the equation of the circle. This is the equation. If you put t equals 0 here, you'll see that x ref is x center plus r, and y ref is y center, which means that in order to compute the center, x center should be x minus r, and y center should be y. So here x and y is the initial location of the end effector. Okay, so I'm going to do that right here. I first get the end effector position. So that would be end effector position equals sim dot get position, get object position. I need to give the handle, which would be end effector, and then this should be with respect to the world. Now x would be end effect position 0, and y would be end effect position 1. Now this x and y is nothing but this x and this y, which is basically this position. And from that, to get the center, I need to use this formula. Okay. Now there's one problem here. R is defined inside this function, so it's not accessible to this. So I'm going to move it here. And then this x center, y center needs to be global. So it can then be accessed by the function here. Okay, now this is just setting the initial position. Now we'll come to the main aspect of computing the inverse using the Jacobian. We'll put all that code right here. And our goal is to set this angle θ1 and set this angle θ2, which will then be used, updated in the sim joint target position. So let's write the code here. What we are after is we want to do dq equals j inverse times dr, or dr, which I'll expand as j inverse times x ref minus x, where x ref will be small x, small y, small x ref, small y ref. Okay, the first thing is to compute j. So I've done that already. J is actually this, which was written in the formula earlier. Here, length of each link is 1. You can see I've used numpy. So numpy has to be included. So I go here and include numpy. Now, in order to compute the inverse, this is a formula available in numpy. It uses linear package to compute J inverse. Okay, so I've computed J inverse. Let me try to get xref. Okay, so I know that xref, yref is returned by this function I defined earlier, curve t. How I need to define what t is. So for that, I already have the simulation time. So I'll use that to get the time, and then this will give you xref, yref. Okay, now we can write xref as xref, yref, and that's it. So this gives us xref. Now let's compute x. This is the actual position of the end effector. We had written some code to get that. It's right here. So now all I need to do is compute capital X. It will be x, comma y. And then dr would be xref minus x. So I've computed dr. I have J inverse. All to remain is to compute dq. And so dq equals J inverse dot dr. Okay, so this gives me dq. All is left is to update theta. So I just add dq 0 and dq 1. Okay, so everything looks right. Then I can run this and then see if it can draw the circle. So there was an error. It seems to be stemming from line 64. Yeah, so this is not allowed. So what I'm going to do is, instead of computing it this way, I'm going to comment this, and then just write it as xref minus x, small f. So xref is here, x is here. Yref minus, and then rerun this. Okay, there it is, drawing the circle. Now it just keeps drawing the circle continuously, but if you wanted to stop, then this is what you can do. You can, I'm just going to write this code in the sensing, but you can write anywhere you want. Well, let's just write in the actuation. So what I can do is I can look at the time, and I want it to stop when it does one circle, and the one circle will end when time t equals t end. So what I do is I already have the simulation time, it's t. So I say here, if t is greater than equal to sim dot, sorry, it's greater than t end, then what I need to do is I need to say stop simulation. So how does this does? It's drawing, and then it stopped. So again, start, stop. So this is how you do inverse kinematics using the Jacobian.